You know, we often think that relationships end because the love runs out. But what if it's not about the love? What if they break because we get stuck arguing about what's on the surface and we completely miss the needs that are hidden underneath? Today, we're going to learn how to hear what's really being said. So let's just start with this one powerful idea. What if the relationship you're in, the one that might feel so hard right now, what if it isn't actually broken? And what if that feeling, that sense that you're at a breaking point, what if it isn't a sign of failure at all, but just a sign that you're both completely and totally overwhelmed? Just think about those really difficult moments for a second. The anger, the frustration, maybe that heavy, cold silence. Because underneath all of that, there's almost always a quiet, vulnerable, unmet need that's just getting lost in all the noise. So, this is the first huge shift in perspective. An argument isn't proof that your relationship is doomed. It's actually a signal that something really important is being longed for by one or maybe even both of you. In the middle of a conflict, every single reaction, whether it's loud and fiery or quiet and withdrawn, it's actually a shield. It's a way we protect something much softer, something much more vulnerable deep inside. Okay, now look at how this translates. That constant criticism, so often it's just a mask for a deep longing to feel wanted or seen. That need to control everything, it's usually driven by a powerful fear, maybe of being abandoned. And that distance, when someone pulls away, it is almost always a shield for hurt. And this is that classic dynamic so many of us fall into, right? You've got the pursuer, who keeps asking questions, pressing for contact, trying to close that gap. And then you've got the withdrawer, who goes quiet and gets distant because they are just feeling completely flooded. On the surface, they look like total opposites. But really, they're both just trying to protect themselves. All right, let's make this really concrete. We're going to take a look at a super common argument and see how it can go down two totally different paths. Come on, we've all been here, right? Someone says, "You're always on your phone." Instantly, it lands like an accusation. It feels like blame. And our natural reaction is to get defensive and argue about it. But let's look at what's underneath. The real message has nothing to do with the phone. It's, "I want your attention." It's, "I miss that feeling of being chosen by you." Or maybe just, "Right now, I don't feel important to you." You see, if we argue about the phone, we just go in circles. But if we can hear the need, that changes everything. Now just imagine, instead of fighting back, you responded with this question. "Are you feeling disconnected from me right now?" Just like that, the entire conversation shifts. You're not fighting about a piece of technology anymore. You're talking about your connection. So how do we actually do this? How do we learn to speak from that deeper place? Let's walk through a really simple, practical exercise that can help you build this exact muscle for closeness. The whole shift boils down to this: moving from being opponents to being teammates. When we're opponents, the language is, "You did this, you never." It's all blame. But as teammates, the question becomes, okay, what are we both needing right now? Is it reassurance, respect, just some closeness? That one question changes the whole game. So here's the practice. It's incredibly simple, but so powerful. Step one, when you feel that tension rising, just pause. Take one single deep breath before you react. Step two, ask yourself, what am I actually needing in this moment? And step three, try to answer, honestly, from that need. And this slide just shows that transformation perfectly. Instead of the attack, "You never help around the house," try the vulnerable truth. "I'm feeling really overwhelmed and I need your support." Instead of "You don't care," try saying, "I need to feel important to you." Can you feel the difference? The attack just vanishes, and suddenly there's room for empathy. Now, let's be really clear here. This is not about ignoring hurtful behavior. Not at all. The real goal is to understand what that behavior is protecting. It's a huge shift from just trying to solve a behavior to actually trying to meet the need that's underneath it all. And when you can successfully make that shift, the results are immediate. They're profound. Your arguments don't drag on forever. Repairing things after a fight happens so much faster. And that feeling of emotional closeness, which is really what we all want, it starts to come back. I really want you to take this one in. The person that you're arguing with is not your enemy. Underneath all that frustration and anger is usually a vulnerable human being who is asking a very simple, profound question. Do I still matter to you? So the next time you feel a conflict starting to brew, I just want you to pause and remember this. This fight, it might not be about the dishes or the phone or being 5 minutes late. It might not be about what it looks like on the surface at all. Because when you can learn to hear that need, even when your partner is expressing it clumsily through anger or silence, you protect something so much more important than winning an argument. You protect the bond itself. If this way of looking at conflict was helpful for you today, please subscribe to Resolve Together. Here, we don't take sides. Our only mission is to give you the tools to help you protect the connection that matters to you both. Because when you learn to hear the need beneath the noise, closeness stops feeling so far away.